I'm embarking on an adventure all around Paris, France, and I'm not just here to visit the Eiffel Tower and the Louvre. I'm here for Pokemon cards, of course. And I'm on a quest to find the best Pokemon card stores this city has to offer. So I got a full list of card stores all around Paris, plus I'm going to be picking up some French booster packs to open in today's video. So let's get to it. Also, I was really excited to see the Louvre. Look at how cool. Anyway, okay, let's go. And our first stop did not disappoint. This is Cardabaffe, and there are cases and cases of Pokemon cards in here in all different languages, mostly French, Japanese, and English. And the selection is pretty vast. In addition to the cases at the front, they also had a few other cases of sealed products, plus a bunch of bins of lower end singles that are all color coordinated by price. I spent quite a bit of time rummaging through the bins, as one does at a card store, and I found some absolute gems, including a few cool vintage cards and of course my boy Caninos! I snagged a few cutie patooties from the sleeved card bins and also asked them to get some cards out of the case for me. I'm not going to be going absolutely crazy on the singles, but I definitely wanted to pick up some fun stuff that I might not find at other places. And also I don't have any French cards yet, so really all of these cards are new to my collection if you really think about it. They had some booster packs behind the counter, and I went ahead and got a little sampler platter of one of each of the modern sets that they had. I also noticed a really interesting Diamond and Pearl era magazine in French as well, and I could not pass it up. It was only 15 euros. That was like the coolest French card store ever. And what I thought was really cool as well is they had that string of booster pack, the empty booster packs that they had along, like their decorations in there were just so good. On to the next one. All right, so we are in Republic Square, and I had noticed on the map when I was pinning these card stores that I wanted to hit that this area, like legit a block right next to the train station, there's like 6 or 7 trading card game and hobby stores. There's so many in this one little neighborhood that we have to just hit them all. Some of them are more specializing in Pokemon cards than others. Some of them are like general hobby shops, but it looked like they had trading cards. But we're just gonna hit them all and see which ones have the coolest stuff. Now we're heading to Jool Cart, which from the outside doesn't really even look like a card store at all. Like, they don't even have a sign up or anything. It's just a mysterious storefront with a window. But Google Maps has led us straight to their door, and they have good reviews, so they must be good. This card store is actually super classy. They've got a bunch of their sealed stuff out on display and cases of rare singles on the walls. Holy smokes, these card stores are hitting. They had a good selection of modern and vintage cards in the cases, and even some older sealed stuff in their table display cases as well. Like some EX series packs and Cosmic Eclipse in French as well. Behind the counter, they had a bunch of recently released sealed stuff, including some Chinese blister packs and promo boxes that I had literally never seen before. So I definitely had to pick those up, along with some singles from the case, and of course some French booster packs as well. By the way, we'll be opening up a bunch of our French packs that we pick up today at the end of this video, so stay tuned to see what we get. Incredible. That was a really good card store. So they had a whole selection of French stuff, some of the most diverse like sealed French items I think we've seen for sure, because they had like Cosmic Eclipse in there. They had some EX series. They had a lot of Chinese cards in there as well, so I'm super happy with our haul. Now that I'm thinking about it, I got mostly Chinese cards. I've never seen this in my life, but it's a Pikachu V-Union box in Chinese, and it comes with a really cool like display stand to put all 4 cards in there. So I thought this was sick. Of course, got a few French booster packs, got a couple of Chinese booster packs in like a little blister pack thing. And then I got 1 Pokemon card. I'm pretty stoked about this one, I'm not gonna lie. I love this, like this era of full art was so good. They recommended a couple that were already on my list and that were pretty high up on the list, so we're gonna go there next. There's one called Fuji Store, and then there's another one called Card and Games. All right, y'all, we're at our next card store, Fuji Store, and it's got Mount Fuji. I think this one looks like it's almost all Pokemon. So some of the other ones that we researched look like they're more like hobby shops and just like general trading card game stores. But this one, I can already see through the window. Like, look at this through the window. Those are all Pokemon promo boxes. I can see a bunch of shelves inside that are like display cases inside that are all Pokemon cards. So I'm really excited about this one. It's literally like a block from the last store that we went to. Bro, I am geeking out. Are you kidding me? This is awesome. Fuji Store is stacked to the brim with Pokemon cards. Like, literally every display case is full of Pokemon card singles and special Pokemon products. They have a selection of Japanese cards, French cards, and a small selection of English cards as well. And they also have the most impressive display of French promo boxes that we've seen so far in our Paris card store hunt. Just look at all these. I have to admit, the prices on the promo boxes and any sealed packs that are more than a couple years old are absolutely outrageous. That's regardless of the language that they're in. So I'm gonna stay away from those for now, but just so you know, they had quite the selection. I was drooling a little bit looking through these cases. I snagged a few fun single cards and some modern packs, plus this incredible jumbo promo card from Japan that has Pikachu filming a video with his friends on it. That's literally me and my friends filming a pack opening video right there. How cute! Fuji Store, great success. This was awesome. And they have cute little branded bags as well as Mount Fuji on them. I'm genuinely having the best time. I think what it is I just really love spending money on Pokemon cards, but all things considered, like the stores we visited so far have been super good. As we continue on to the next card store, I should let you know why I'm in Paris in the first place. Pokemon invited a small group of content creators out to Paris, France to participate in a once-in-a-lifetime experience of playing Pokémon Legends ZA inside the Eiffel Tower. You heard that correctly, inside the Eiffel Tower. What? So I packed my bags and headed to Lumio City. Huge thank you to Pokemon for covering my travel and accommodations during my stay in Paris for this all expenses paid trip and for the super fun goodie bag of travel accessories. This is genuinely such a cool opportunity and I cannot stop geeking out about it. As you know, Pokemon Legends ZA takes place in Lumio City, which is based off of the real life Paris, France. So we really got to explore Lumio City and we're basically up in the Prism Tower. I'm not sure who on the marketing team pitched this idea, but y'all deserve a raise. They even had us pick up our hotel key from AZ, which had our gaming station on it, which was such a cute touch. I had a great time exploring the wild areas and catching some new Pokemon, and I absolutely love the style of battling in this, where essentially your character is like in the battle as well, and you have to dodge stuff and move around while you're using your moves. And a few of my favorite parts from the preview were the ZA Royale promotion match, where we got to compete in a special battle to move our way up the ranks, starting at Z and eventually, over the course of the game, making our way to rank A. And we also got to battle a rogue Mega Victory Bell, which may or may not have taken me a few times to beat. It kept like throwing up the gunk on me and taking me out, man. Pokemon Legends ZA is out now, and I'd highly recommend you pick it up. I've been having an absolute blast playing it. So thank you so much, Pokemon, for the hospitality and for the incredible experience that I will genuinely never forget. Alright, let's get back to more card stores. Alright, we've arrived at our next store, Cards and Games. This street right here is all like nerd stores and hobby shops and stuff and like retro game stores. Alright, here we go, Cards and Games. I can already see it through the window. Oh my gosh. Now, this store is a lot smaller than some of the other stores we visited, but man, do they make use of the space that they have. Every inch of this place was covered in Pokemon cards. Their cases were maxed out with singles in quite a few different languages, of course, Japanese and French, and they also had probably the biggest selection of slabs that we've seen so far. I went through some of their bins and found some super unique cards. They said that the bins were essentially like an overflow of stuff that they will put in the case eventually when they have more space. So this store definitely has a good inventory and a wide array of cards from different generations. It's less flashy than some of the other stores we visited so far, but I feel like some of the newer card stores are getting a little too luxury designer store feeling, and it's actually really nice to visit one that has the selection of the other stores, but is a bit more down to earth and casual, if that makes sense. I did check out some of the cards from the case, but I decided against picking up any singles because the prices were kind of high for the card's condition. It's super hard to justify buying cards right now, by the way, because everything is so expensive in French, and the cards are even more expensive than in English. It's like extra bonus scalper price abroad. Like that's just what the market price is. It's just all of it is higher. This is crazy. I was actually not expecting that for some reason. I thought they'd be, a little bit cooler about it for some reason. But apparently the card shortages and the scalping issues are just as prevalent in France as they are in the United States. Anyway, I don't think I got it on video for some reason, but I ended up picking up one pack of Twilight Masquerade in French. I was planning on snagging this really sick Pikachu VMAX card from Celebrations, but they were pretty firm on the price of 15 euros, which is almost 20 US dollars, so I had to pass on that one as well. I thought that shop was super cute. Basically the same situation that's in the United States where people are scalping the cards and buying up all the cards, and it's really hard to get the sealed cards and really any Pokemon cards right now. So I think the price of everything is a little high. So I actually I only bought one singular pack of Twilight Masquerade in French from that entire card store. They had so many cards. But yeah, the prices of the cards were just so high. It wasn't like that store specific issue. That was just like, I think that's just what it is. It is what it is. So there's another card store like literally on this same street. This is crazy how close this all is. And there's other, in between these card stores, there's also other hobby stores and other like collectible stores. We're at Hobby One, which coincidentally, I had to wait to visit this one because it didn't open until 1 p.m. I don't know if that is an actual coincidence, like if the name Hobby One is like, yeah, we open at 1. This store has so much nerd stuff, it's overstimulating. Holy smokes! They obviously had other fandoms in here as well, so this store isn't just Pokemon, but they did have a massive section of Pokemon cards in the back, which was basically like its own store in itself. The cases were full of super rare stuff, like some sealed boxes we definitely haven't seen in today's video, and I actually haven't ever seen in French. A lot of the French releases were the same as the English cards we got in the US, but every once in a while I found a unique promo or a special item that I'm pretty sure we never got. Sick moves, gamers. I've been getting some good stuff at every single stop. I got a couple of booster packs for some shorts. At the time that I'm filming this, the set Mega Evolution has not come out yet. I think like this weekend was technically the first weekend of pre-releases, so I picked up a pack of that, but it was like 20 euros, which is like well over $20. So that was definitely the most expensive modern pack I got. But I also picked up a really cool French Dratini card that I've never seen. It's got a really interesting holofoil pattern on it. So happy with that. But next stop, matcha latte, and then after that, more Pokemon card stores. But honestly, so far, so good. Like, we got a nice selection of stuff so far. Okay, we've made it to Ultra Jeux, which Jeux is games in French. So it's like ultra games. I'm willing to bet they got some pretty sick games in there. This store is firstly more of a board game store and a board game cafe, which board game cafes seem to be rather common here in Paris, at least more so than in the United States. I saw quite a few of them online when I was researching stores to stop by for this video. So they had a whole section for coffee and drinks and tables for gaming, and of course you could also buy board games here, and they did in fact have Pokemon cards. They had a few of the modern sets available in single booster packs in their display case, along with some modern promo boxes behind the counter, but similar to Hobby One, the prices were outlandish. You will not catch me out here spending $20 US on a pack of Prismatic. I did, however, buy a tin of French Black Bolt and White Flare, and while I was chatting with the employee, they said that they actually have another store location that has way more Pokemon cards and singles that you can buy as well. So I've added that Ultra Jeux to the list, which is in a different part of town, and we'll definitely be stopping by that one later in our Pokemon card store journey. We got one singular tin here of Black Bolt and White Flare. This, by the way, 20 euros, which is like 23 or 24 US dollars. Pokemon cards are so expensive right now, like unbelievably expensive. I'm excited to crack these. I want to see what we get. Hopefully we'll get some cool stuff and I'll have some good like mementos to take home with me. Otherwise, I'll have the memory of overspending on French Pokemon cards. These two right next to each other, we've got AllGeeks and Trader Games. So Trader Games was on my list for trading card stores. This one, it looked like they had figurines and stuff and then maybe some cards. Wow, this floor of figures is no joke. I'm not sure I've ever seen this many of these anime figures in one store like this. I kind of want to get some glass cases like this for my Pokemon room now that I'm thinking about it. They have a ton of different media franchises, and their Pokemon collection appears to be made by figure designers, so just know that they're not like the Pokemon official figures, but rather figures made by an individual or a company that makes high quality figures that might not be like officially licensed. But overall, these were super nice, and I'm really impressed with the quality. AllGeeks, that was actually pretty sick. I like that a lot. Like I said, not for Pokemon trading cards, but if you like figures, I think that one crushes. We're gonna check out Trader Games, which this one was the one that I actually pinned that is supposed to have Pokemon cards inside. This store, in fact, did not have Pokemon cards inside, but it did have multiple floors of used video games. Their cases were filled to the brim with retro games, modern games, games I'd never even heard of, and games that aren't even real games at all. They did have a fun selection of Pokemon plushies in the back though, which I thought was pretty cool. Look at them all! There's so many! In conclusion, doesn't have Pokemon cards, also doesn't have Pokemon cards, but I think if you're into like other geek pop culture stuff, these are right here, you know? You might as well, while you're going to the other trading card game stores, pop into these if you like figures and video games. They had a bunch of retro video games in there as well, which I thought was pretty cool. All right, on to the next one. We're stopping by Barron's Collections. This store looks super classy. From the pictures on Google Maps, when I was researching card stores, looking on Google Maps, the photos of this card store looked really classy, so I'm super excited to see what they actually have in there. While this store does have that upscale feel, they really just have a few modern Japanese Pokemon card sets and quite literally no other Pokemon cards. That's crazy! I for sure thought that this store would have some singles or French Pokemon cards, but they actually specialize in one-piece cards and they just dabble in Japanese Pokemon cards that they get imported. So really nice looking store, but not exactly what we're looking for today. All right, I'm on my way right now to a card store called Majestik Games. It's looking pretty majestic from the pictures online. It looks like they may have a lot of Magic the Gathering, obviously some Pokemon cards, and a lot of board games as well. So I'm curious to see what they've got in there as far as the Pokemon card selection goes, but we'll just have to wait and see. There were in fact some Majestik games in Majestik Games. It makes sense. Lots of tabletop stuff and also a few tables in the middle for playing board games and card games, and of course all the games are in French, but I did attempt to read some of them to see what they were. I still don't know for sure. They did have Pokemon cards, just a selection of some of the most recent sets behind the counter on the shelves. I also noticed some cool Ultra Pro items that I don't really remember seeing back home, so lots of cool stuff just in time for spooky season. But this store isn't a Pokemon card store specifically, so my expectations weren't as high for like any crazy rare items or singles, but I was happy that they had some sealed boxes, and I picked up a Pokemon White Flare binder collection to open up later. Part of the reason why I picked up the White Flare binder collection is because I literally haven't gotten one of these in English yet. So we got the White Flare, and then they also gave us a cool little Pokemon promo on the house, like a Pokemon Play promo. It says Merci on it. That's like legit my first French Pokemon promo card, or Play Pokemon card. The selection was a little limited as far as the trading cards for Pokemon specifically, but they had a ton of board games in there. The White Flare binder collection was like €60, which I would not pay for one in English back in California, but when in Paris, you know. All right, on to the next one. Now we're heading to the other Ultra Jeux store. This is the one in Bastille, Ultra Jeux Bastille. And this is supposed to be the store of those two that has more Pokemon cards, and it has single cards as well. The walk, I have to admit, not super pleasant. It smells like pee. But you know what? It's just the smells of the city, baby. All right, let's see what they got in Ultra Jeux. Ooh la la. Okay, this is what the people came to see. We've got a bunch of promo boxes, the Iono's Bellybolt box, Cynthia's Garchomp box, Charizard, and they also had another section with a bunch of the binders found inside of those binder collection boxes, so you can even just buy those binders separately if you really wanted to. They also had a ton of the recent modern boxes in stock, including some prismatic ones that I don't think we've seen at any other store so far. I was chatting with the employee who worked there, and he said that they actually don't sell singles in store anymore. They actually have a separate warehouse where they have the rest of their inventory, and people can basically place orders for their singles that they have online and then pick them up in the store afterwards. But for me just stopping by today, they don't have any. That's fine. I'm all good. I wasn't looking forward to that or anything. I'll be okay. The person working there was super cool and even gave me a special French promo card for the Pokemon World Championships this year. These were given out to people who participated in leagues and tournaments during the week of Worlds specifically, and they said that they had some extras and wanted me to have one. That was so nice. For real, good vibes at Ultra Jeux. Oh my gosh, check it out. So I got a French version of this special World Championships Pikachu card. This is so awesome. This was so nice of them. So thank you so much, Ultra Jeux. I hope I'm saying that correctly, by the way. But thank you so much. That was so kind. This is awesome. So I got this one in English from Worlds, and then I have it in French from Ultra Jeux. All right, we are at our next card store. So this, y'all, this is a special one. This store is essentially like the closest thing that France has to a Pokemon Center. Pokemon is collaborating with this store, and they have a bunch of Pokemon products inside. Word on the street is it's basically like the Pokemon Center of France. So I'm really excited to check this store out. This, I think, was the #1 store, literally the #1 store on my list. This is Le Coin des Barons, or as I would pronounce it, Le Coin des Barons. And this is a Pokemon card store that is officially partnered with Pokemon. They have this super eye-catching Pikachu statue at the front, which is honestly one of the most impressive statues like this I've ever seen. And I've seen my fair share of Pokemon statues, let me tell you. And inside, they had a ton of Pokemon cards, sealed boxes, plushies, and toys. They even had a nice selection of Funko Pops, and I noticed that they had an entire corner dedicated to the Pokemon building sets. The whole store was decorated so cute. It had pops of Pokemon all over the place, and the really nicely organized shelves also added to the aesthetic. This is definitely the most charming store that we visited, and I definitely took my fair share of cute pictures in the mirror and with Pikachu. They had a lot of singles and slabs, and most of them were kind of random. Like, they didn't really specialize in a specific era. It felt like they just kind of had a little bit of everything. For me, that's a total win because I wasn't in search of a specific card or anything, and it was nice to see they had so many different options. They had binders with some playable cards and also some older cards as well, and I looked through them and picked up a beat up Team Skull card and Professor Kukui. I did notice that pretty much all of the plushies and figures were Jazzware's brand, so they actually didn't have any like official Pokemon Center merch or anything in here, but they did have these really sick fuzzy hats that I've genuinely never seen before, and also these Pokemon pillows. So if you're looking for other officially licensed Pokemon merch outside of just the cards, they have probably the biggest selection that we've seen all trip. For the black and white set, they had a cool setup in their extra display areas of different items from the black and white eras past, including manga, video games, and some of the new trading cards. I may or may not have snagged two, count them, two Victini Art Rare boxes, one to open and one to keep sealed as a memento of this wonderful adventure. Overall, I'd say the store was a real winner. It was definitely one of my favorites we visited today, and if I had to formally endorse my favorites from the entire Paris adventure, I would say Le Coin des Barons, Cartabaffe, and Fuji Store as the top 3 must visits on your next trip to Paris. Overall, I got a pretty awesome haul, not to mention a bunch of booster packs that we're gonna open right now. And well, I thought the Louvre at sunset would be the most romantic place to open these packs, but it is so freaking windy that it's knocking my tripod over, and I'm kind of scared the packs are gonna blow away, so we're gonna open a few packs here and then scoot to a less windy location to open the rest. A Skarmory and a Blissey EX. All right, check that out. That's awesome. Lupori EX. Here we go, y'all. Destined Rivals. Let's see if we can get that Mewtwo right here out of our Destined Rivals. Hold on. Oh, yes. I got Caninos, my boy. So I did pick up, you guys know, I picked up a few of these today. Okay, we got a Torchic, an Aerocuda, and bro, Rocket's Articuno. By the way, there's literally a bride and groom doing their like wedding photos. I'm opening this too. I forgot we had this one. Here we go. We got our Garbodor tin here, and this will have 2 packs in it. This did cost me an arm and a leg for what, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. We get our little goodies in there. 1 Black Bolt, 1 White Flare. Here we go. We'll start with Flamme Blanche. All right, we got an Archeop, Fossil Plume, and an Archeops holographic. All right, let's see. Black Bolt. We've got Darmanitan, Emolga. We got, oh, the Dwebble. I love that one. That's so cute. We got the Dwebble Art Rare and a Caracosta. Bro, oh, this is awesome. That's perfect. I'm happy with that. That's so cute. This is one of my favorite art rares from the whole set. That is so adorable. Looking into the little bottle lost at sea. All right, this feels like a much more chill place to do a Pokemon pack opening. So I'm here in Amsterdam. I'm in a park called Vondelpark, and I rented a bike, and I'm legit just like frolicking around the park. This is the best. I brought my camera. I brought Chikorita, and Chikorita also brought their camera. But yeah, we've got a bunch of booster packs to open. So all of these French packs, like legit all of them are in French. We've got Surging Sparks, Obsidian Flames, Scarlet Violet Base, Twilight Masquerade, and then a bunch of Pokemon Black Bolt and White Flare. I think we should start with that. I went ahead and I deconstructed our White Flare binder collection as well as the Victini box. So these sets should be like pretty much the same as the English ones. It's literally just the text that's different, just the language, and everything else should be identical. So still searching for those monochrome cards. Would be sick to get a special illustration rare as well. Oh, or an art rare. We got the Boldor. Geolithe. We got the Sigalith. Oh, all right. Yo, Ponchien. We've got our little Ponchien Pokeball and a Chandelure right there. That's awesome. It's only up from here. I think the next possible thing that we would get, of course, is a full art and then straight to SIR land. Xylus. And a Zoroark right there. We got a Pokeball Hilda right there. That's sick. That's awesome. We got an energy card right there and a Terrakion. And then, so here are 2 cards right here. We got the Victini promo right there. And then here's that Pokeball looking really nice. I love this art rare. That looks so good. All right, Black Bolt time. Check that out. We got an Axew Pokeball. We got Simipour or Panpour and then a Conkle. Oh, cool. We got a Servine. Ooh, oh, a Timple. How cute. I love that. That one's awesome. Tritonde art rare and a Caracosta. Dude, that's awesome. All right, so 2 art rares so far. Now we're gonna move on to our white flare, our 2 packs of white flare. So we've got the Ducklet right there. We're getting so many Pokeballs. Ducklet Pokeball and a Chandelure. This is the first day when it has not been raining, so I rented a bike and I'm frolicking around, like I said, farting around the park. But yeah, the rest of the time it has it's been raining the whole time. And then once again, you're gonna have to let me know in the comments, what did you think of this adventure? What did you think of our trip around Paris? Which card store was your favorite? Because honestly, I think there will be favorites to pick. There was so many cool card stores, but there was a few standouts, I would say. So let me know what your favorite card store was and let me know what like your favorite item was that we picked up. And then we're gonna go ahead and open up this whole little sampler platter here. Lantern. Oh, sick, a Berserker. Check that out, Berserker V or a, look at that, Berskarat de Galar. We got Flammes Obsidians. I cannot be pronouncing that correctly. Obsidian Flames. We've got a Nose Pass. Ooh. An Oddish, and a Alizma. All right, if we happen to get the Magikarp in here, I'm jumping in the pond over there. I'm jumping in the pond with the fountain. I've been trying all the local spots. We got Revroom. Backtrack, I thought this was Paldea Evolved. This is Scarlet and Violet base. We didn't even get anything good in there anyway, but just so you know, I thought the pack was a different pack. This one, see, now we've got another chance here to get that Magikarp or the Tyranitar. That would be nasty. We've got a Delmise. No way, hold up. Oh, Qianbao. Oh my gosh, the Qianbao SIR. Wait, hold up, that's sick. Oh, this is definitely the best one we've gotten the whole time. Oh, easy. Dude, that's sick. All right, let's carry on. We've got, looks like 4 packs left in our pack opening. Our Paris pack opening extravaganza, which has now migrated to quite literally another country. We've got the Asho, what, dude? And then our, oh, geez. Pikachu SIR incoming. But yeah, let me know if you guys enjoyed like this type of video, because I have been traveling a lot and it would be awesome to film another one. So definitely like leave a comment and drop a like on this if you do want to see more traveling videos, if you want some more recommendations for places to visit, card stores to visit abroad, because I definitely like obviously don't mind filming a video like this where literally the whole video is me just shopping at card stores around places. I think it'd be super fun, but you'll have to let me know if you want to see more videos like this, because I'm not just gonna randomly film a video like this if nobody wants to see it. You know the drill. All right. Ooh, all right, so we've got the Vert de Fur. We've got an Alakazam, and we got a Dragapult. Nice, Dragapult EX right there. Last pack magic. I'm gonna boop it on Chikorita's camera for a good look. Boop. Last pack right here. Oh man, this is for all the marbles. So thank y'all for being a part of this adventure. This really was a fun trip. And once again, thank you to Pokemon for flying me out to France. It was truly an honor, and it like genuinely the honor of a lifetime. So thank you so much. All right, last pack right here. Let's see what we got. We've got a Nidorina, ooh, Raticate, and a Gorbis. Ooh. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.